NCAA committee, so I'm not going to be able to help you with a question you guys might have for me. But I can tell you this: I'm really proud of our kids. I think I don't think we played the most difficult schedule in the Southeastern Conference. You always want more. We went 16-14 in the league. You always want more. Wanted that one last night that I got to 17. You got one-run games at Kentucky. That would have. You're just constantly thinking about what ifs. But I still think our kids did a great job. We battled through a lot, and now we're going to go to Hoover as a 5 seed and play a solid Missouri club that we don't know anything about because we didn't play them this year, and that'll be new for us. And we'll give them the day off tomorrow. We'll lift and have a really good practice on Monday. Hunter's got the Ferris Award ceremony. We're going to wish him luck and hope that happens for him. There's some unbelievable candidates there, but so we'll have a productive 2 or 3 days. Then we'll go to Hoover and we'll try to hopefully recapture some of the magic we had last year.
First day you were able to put pressure on them, John, on the base pass, and then it kind of crumbled finally. Is that kind of the way that's kind of went today?
Yeah, that's what we want our identity to be. We want to be able to pressure. We want that ball put in play, and we want a defender saying, the guy on the other end can really run, so I've got to hurry through some things. It's funny because whenever you look at an error, it's kind of like tennis. They have unforced, errors in tennis and things like that, and forced errors. I think when you have a guy who can really run, sometimes those errors are forced a little bit. So, again, DeMarcus Henderson forced a quick throw. Armstrong forced a quick throw. That's who we are. It's our identity. We need to stay with it.
When you talk about DeMarcus, it just seemed like last year, right around Hoover time, he heated up. Some kids are just wired that way. He seems to be wired that way. What do you do as a coach to try to make that happen?
Well, you don't make it happen. DeMarcus just works so hard on his stroke, and you're right. For whatever reason, when the weather warms up, he warms up along with it, and he's such a dynamic athlete. He defends well. He can score from first base on a gap ball. He's a great base runner. He took some really good swings today when we needed him the most.
You have to feel real good about the way the 6 and 9 get this really all week.
They did, really pleased with that. Ammo, I thought was swinging it really well. Didn't have anything to show for it. I thought that, absolutely. Those guys at the bottom have done a really good job for us. We're good. You can't win 40 games in a season and just say, well, you only have 2 offensive guys in the middle of it. You got to have a 1 through 9 that can do some things for you to win 40 games in a season, and they're just, really proud of the fact that those guys stayed with their identity and did what they could do and not try and do too much.
A week ago, Ross struggled a little bit to get down to that bottom of the zone, and today he just walked out there, having pitched the day before, so maybe a little tired, and he just rolled.
He did. Really the only bad pitch the whole game was the 0-2 to Dantzler, and that guy's on fire. Yeah, you got to give him credit, but we threw him an 0-2 right down the middle. Outside of that, the thing about pitching, I don't know how many pitches Ross threw, but it's just, we get into those scenarios where, Ross throws 54 pitches and I'm going to criticize one of them. It's a pretty hard thing to do. If you told somebody to write their name the same way 54 times in a row, they couldn't. But we're asking him to go wherever he wants 54 times in a row, and he made that one mistake. But I'm so proud of him. He came in there in the 8th, and he just, he's with me and Butch, and he's saying, hey, I really want to finish this thing out. I feel good. And that's what you want people to say. Of course, Holder says that after throwing 50 pitches, but, really proud of the fact that he just commanded the strike zone when we definitely needed it.
Looked like Holder was trying to argue into getting in the game there.
Yeah, he always wants to pitch, but there was, I tell you, I cannot imagine a scenario where we would have had him pick up a ball in the bullpen.
John, you play on Tuesday. So last year at Hoover, Brandon Woodruff put the ball in game 1. Here's your moment. What are the laundry list of kids that could have their moment on Tuesday?
Pitts is somebody that we've talked about. There's several candidates, so we'll go back and look. Again, we have to evaluate Missouri a little bit because I'm not sure I could tell you one player's name on Missouri's roster because we didn't play him in the regular season. So I need to get. I know the head coach very, very well. He's one of my closest friends in the world because I was there with him. But maybe he'll give me a scouting report on Missouri. But that's what we're gonna spend the next 24 hours doing is see what we can find out about Missouri.
Even though we had nothing to show for it, we've talked about Hunter. He seemed today to be catching back up. He was ahead of the ball. He wasn't swinging late.
Yeah, I thought he
took
great swings, and their guy. I don't blame him, but their guy standing on the warning track, and we'd a line drive right to him. He took some good swings today. He's trying to find his rhythm a little bit, and I think, for what he's done during the course of 56 games, I'm just so proud of that kid. I mean, dealing with everything that he's had to deal with on this stage, it takes a lot of maturity, and he has really grown up and become a mature young man. And I think there's no doubt in my mind, there's nobody in this league I would rather have up in a key situation than Hunter Renfrow.